2021 Youth Commission meeting to order at 4:30 p.m. on September 1st. And I will hand it over to Staff Member Gilliam for roll.
Hi, good afternoon, Commissioners. I will call roll, and when you hear your name, if you could say present for the record. Commissioner Kiara Colombo.
Present.
Commissioner Gabby Colombo.
Present.
Commissioner Gonzalez.
Present.
Commissioner Junis.
Present.
Commissioner Leszczynski.
Present.
Commissioner Pacheco.
Present.
Commissioner Rupert.
Present.
Commissioner Sue.
Present.
All right, let the record show all commissioners are present and we have one vacancy.
One moment, I'm working on screen sharing an American flag so that we can do the Pledge of Allegiance. Can everybody see that? And Commissioner Pacheco, would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance today?
Yes, if everybody could please put their hand over their heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yep, there we go.
Thank you very much. And we will move on to special presentations and proclamations. And I have none here. And hearing none, we will move on to item number 5, Commissioner's Oath of Office. And I will hand it over to Staff Member Gilliam again. Sorry, Commissioner Secretary Gilliam.
All right, yes, thank you. All right, Commissioners, so for those of you that are new to the Commission, you'll be taking your oath of office today. And per the government code, the administration of the oath of office is required as you were appointed to this office as a youth commissioner. So I will read the oath, and at the end I will call your name and you state I do. So during the oath, I'd like you to raise your right hand. We'll have Commissioners Kiara Colombo, Commissioners Junis, Leszczynski, Rupert, and Sue. I'll raise your right hand. All right. And do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California, and that you will take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which you are about to enter. Commissioner Kiara Colombo, if you agree, say I do.
I do.
And Commissioner Junis?
I do.
Commissioner Leszczynski?
I do.
And Commissioner Rupert?
I do.
And Commissioner Sue?
I do.
All right, congratulations and welcome to the Commission. After this meeting is over, probably tomorrow, I'll email you a version of the oath of office that I'll need you to sign and email back to us for our records.
Thank you, Commission Secretary Gilliam. And with that, we will move on to item number 6. Are there any public speakers who wish to address the Commission regarding a non-agenda item?
We have one, and Kelly McCormick, and I'm not able to see if Kelly's online at this time.
Yes, she is. I'll unmute her.
Okay, thank you. All right, Kelly, as a reminder, you have 3 minutes to address the Commission. And as we're doing this virtually, I'll set the timer on my phone, and when you hear the timer chime, that'll be an indication that your time is up.
Okay, great. Thank you. Good afternoon, Commissioners. This is Kelly McCormick. I'm a public health educator with San Diego Alliance, and I've had the privilege of presenting to this commission over the last couple of years with updates on tobacco policy and marijuana policy. And just a reminder for those of you who may be new, Encinitas Youth Commission was instrumental in passing the flavored e-cigarette ban in Encinitas, the sale of e-cigarettes and flavored tobacco. So I'd like to share a couple of updates with you. As you may know, September is Suicide Prevention Month, and I encourage everyone to put the number for the Suicide Prevention Lifeline in their phone. The number is 1-800-273-8255. And the Lifeline is for people who are contemplating suicide or for people who would just like guidance if they know somebody or have a friend at school who has been thinking suicidal thoughts, and they can give you guidance on how to help that person and how to find resources for them. As a reminder, marijuana users who are under the age of 25 have a higher rate of suicide than those who don't use marijuana. And this can be tied, of course, to the higher rate of depression, anxiety, and psychosis that are linked with marijuana use. Also, President Biden has signed a proclamation making September National Recovery Month for those who are addicted to alcohol, marijuana, and other drugs. And on a personal note, one of the reasons I work in drug prevention is because I want to help other people live a whole and healthy life without getting caught up in drug use and addiction. And finally, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has denied applications to sell more than 55,000 flavored e-cigarette products. Now, this will not take all of the e-cigarettes off of the market, but it's a good start. And Senator Dianne Feinstein of California praised the FDA's decision. She said, quote, "It's clear that targeting e-cigarettes to kids through flavors and how they're advertised is contributing to the public health problem." And so with that, I thank you for your time and best wishes and welcome to the new commissioners.
Yes, thank you, Kelly, for addressing the commission today. And Secretary Gilliam, are there any additional speakers today?
No, we have no speakers.
With that, we will move on to item number 7, changes to the agenda. Are there any changes to the agenda today? Hearing none, is there a motion to adopt the agenda for today?
Commissioner Colombo motions.
Is there a second?
Stephanie is on Parker. For clarification, there's no motion for the agenda. We'll do that for the minutes, the approval of the minutes.
Perfect. Are we approving the agenda or no?
No.
Okay, perfect. Then hearing no changes to the agenda, we will move on to item number 8. Are there any changes to the minutes from the Youth Commission regular meeting held on June 2nd, 2021 that would have wrapped up the last Youth Commission? Hearing no changes, is there a motion to adopt the minutes from June 2nd, 2021?
And this is Manager Goodsell. Just please note that only past commissioners can motion and second the approval of the minutes. You had to have been present at the June meeting. Thank you.
Is there a motion to adopt the
Commissioner
minutes?
Pacheco, I motion to adopt the minutes.
And is there a second?
Commissioner Lashinsky, I second it.
Commissioner Lashinsky seconds. All in favor?
Well,
Secretary Gilliam, do you have to go individual by individual here?
I do, yes. So when I call your name, you can state aye if you approve the minutes from June 2nd. Commissioner Kiara Colombo?
Aye.
Commissioner Gabby Colombo?
Aye.
Commissioner Gonzalez?
Aye.
Commissioner Junis?
Aye.
Commissioner Lashinsky? Commissioner Lashinsky? David, are you there?
Can you hear me or?
Yeah, we can't hear you. Can you turn up your microphone?
It's at its max. I can't turn it up.
This is Manager Goodsell again. Julie, it's my understanding that only past commissioners can approve the minutes, and that would be past commissioners that were present at the June meeting.
So I actually spoke to the city clerk about this, and she said it was okay because everyone has received the packet ahead of time and has a chance to review.
Okay, thank you for clarifying. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. All right, so Commissioner Leszczynski, do you approve? We couldn't hear you earlier.
Yes, I approve. Aye.
I could still barely hear, but I think that was an approval. Okay. Commissioner Pacheco?
Aye.
Commissioner Rupert?
Aye.
Commissioner Sue?
Aye.
All right, let the record show the minutes from the June 2nd meeting passed 8-0.
Thank you, everybody. Now moving along, we will move to item number 9, the approval of the August 18th, 2021 Youth Commission Orientation Workshop minutes. Are there any changes that need to be made to the aforementioned minutes? Hearing none, is there a motion to adopt those minutes from August 18th, 2021?
Commissioner Pacheco, I motion to adopt the minutes.
Is there a second?
Commissioner Gonzalez seconds.
Thank you. And Secretary Gilliam will do the exact same process that we just did for the first minutes.
All right, great. When you hear your name, if you say aye if you approve the minutes for the August 18th Youth Commission Orientation Workshop. Commissioner Kiara Colombo?
Aye.
Commissioner Gabby Colombo?
Aye.
Commissioner Gonzalez?
Aye.
Commissioner Junis?
Aye.
Commissioner Leszczynski?
Aye.
Commissioner Pacheco?
Aye.
Commissioner Rupert?
Aye.
Commissioner Sue?
Aye.
All right, we have one vacancy. They passed 8-0.
Thank you, everybody. So with that, we will move on to item 10A, which will be the selection of our Youth Commission Chair and Vice Chair for this year. Let me just click into the agenda report. The Youth Commission elects a Chair and a Vice Chair to serve a one-year term. This item relates to the operating principles of the strategic plan that is for City Council commissions to provide expert advice. It also relates to organizational effectiveness and efficiency, exhibiting leadership that embraces community outreach and delivers efficient and effective services. So a little bit of a background for the chair position. So somebody that serves in this role, we definitely recommend would have sort of some leadership skills, maybe some knowledge of what the Youth Commission has done in the past, and somebody that is ready to sort of hit the ground running this year and really embrace the role of leading this team and keeping everybody on track and making sure that both the work team or the work plan formulates and comes together over the next few months, and then we get to completing those tasks over the next term year. So during this process, you can nominate somebody else to serve in both the chair and vice chair roles. And then you can also self-nominate. So if you wish to serve in either role, you can put yourself forward to be voted for that role. We will do the chair first, followed by the vice chair. If for some reason you run for the chair position and do not get it, you are welcome to also run for the vice chair role. The chair will be the person that is running the meetings, similar to what you've seen me do for the orientation and now today. And then the vice chair will fill in if the chair is absent for any reason, but also will be sort of the second in charge for the Youth Commission over the course of the next year. So with that all said, is there anybody interested in nominating anybody for the chair position for the next year.
I nominate Commissioner Gabby Colombo.
And Gabby, Commissioner Colombo, do you accept that nomination?
Yes.
Commissioner Pacheco, can I nominate myself for?
Absolutely. We'll
Awesome.
assume that you'll accept that nomination of yourself. So currently we have Commissioner Gabby Colombo and Commissioner Pacheco nominated for the chair role. Is there anybody else of interest in nominating themselves or others?
Commissioner Rupert nominates Commissioner Pacheco.
Thank you, Commissioner Rupert. And I assume that Commissioner Pacheco, you would still like to accept that. Are there any other nominations as the floor is open currently?
Yes. Could I nominate myself, please?
Yes, absolutely. So Commissioner Gabby Colombo and Commissioner Pacheco are both currently nominated. Hearing no other nominations, we will move to a vote, and our Commission Secretary, Gilliam, will go person by person, and please follow her instructions accordingly.
All right, so I will call all of your names, and then when you hear your name, just say if you vote for Gabby Colombo or Olivia Pacheco. Sorry, Commissioner Gabby Colombo or Commissioner Pacheco. So Kiara, what is your vote?
I vote for Gabby Colombo, Commissioner Gabby Colombo.
Thank you. And Commissioner Gabby Colombo, what is your vote?
I vote for Commissioner Gabby Colombo.
Okay. Commissioner Gonzalez, and who is your vote for?
I vote for Commissioner Colombo.
And Commissioner Junis, who is your vote for?
I vote for Commissioner Pacheco.
And Commissioner Leszczynski, who is your vote?
I vote for Commissioner Pacheco.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear him.
I vote for Commissioner Pacheco.
Okay, thank you. And Commissioner Pacheco?
I vote for Commissioner Pacheco.
Commissioner Rupert?
Commissioner Pacheco.
And Commissioner Sue?
I vote for Commissioner Pacheco.
Okay, let the record show that the vote was 5 in favor of Pacheco, 3 in favor of Gabby Colombo, and so we have Commissioner Pacheco is now our chair for the Youth Commission. Congratulations.
Thank you, everybody. Congratulations, Commissioner Pacheco. Now we will move on to the vice chair role, and we will take nominations and self-nominations for the vice chair position.
I nominate Commissioner Gabby Colombo.
Commissioner Gabby Colombo, would you like to, was that, I missed that, is that self-nomination?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Any other nominations for the vice chair role?
Commissioner Rupert would like to submit Commissioner Rupert self-nomination.
Perfect, thank you. I have Commissioner Gabby Colombo and Commissioner Rupert. Any other parties interested in the vice chair role? Nominations or self-nominations? Hearing none, I will turn it over to Commission Secretary Gilliam for a vote.
Great, we'll do this process again. So when you hear your name, just indicate if you are in support of Commissioner Gabby Colombo as vice chair or Commissioner Rupert as vice chair. Kiara Colombo, what is your vote?
Commissioner Gabby Colombo.
And Commissioner Gabby Colombo, what is your vote?
Self-nomination.
All right, and Commissioner Gonzalez?
Commissioner Colombo.
Commissioner Junis?
Commissioner Rupert.
Commissioner Leszczynski?
Commissioner Rupert.
Commissioner Pacheco?
Commissioner Rupert.
Commissioner Rupert?
Commissioner Rupert.
And Commissioner Sue?
Commissioner Colombo.
So we have a tie. We will need to do this again. That's an issue with 8 on the commission and 1 vacancy. So we'll go through this again here. So Commissioner Kiara Colombo, what is your vote?
Commissioner Gabby Colombo.
And Commissioner Gabby Colombo?
Commissioner Gabby Colombo.
Commissioner Gonzalez?
Commissioner Colombo.
Commissioner Junis?
Commissioner Rupert.
Commissioner Lashensky?
Commissioner Rupert.
Commissioner Pacheco?
Commissioner Rupert.
And Commissioner Rupert?
Commissioner Rupert.
And Commissioner Sue?
Commissioner Colombo.
So we still have a tie.
This is Manager Goodsell. Is there anyone willing to consider altering their vote in order to select a vice chair?
I'll vote Commissioner Colombo.
All right, thank you. So the record is now 5-3 in favor of Commissioner Gabby Colombo as our vice chair. Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Commissioner Rupert, for stepping down. And congratulations to Commissioner Gabby Colombo for being nominated and selected as the vice chair this year. And that will complete action item 10A. So we will move on to action item 10B, which is the the fiscal year 2021-2022 Youth Commission Work Plan Preparation. So can everybody see the agenda report for 10B on the screen? Thank you very much for letting me know that. So the Youth Commission reviews a list of potential work plan initiatives that align with City Council's strategic goals. Commissioners will be assigned a maximum of 3 per initiative to serve as the Youth Commission liaisons during the 21-22 term. Youth commissions will attend scheduled meetings and/or read meeting minutes, provide feedback on topics, and report on activities at monthly commission meetings. So a little bit of a background on our work plan. The City of Encinitas has several commissions that are advisory to the City Council described in the Encinitas Municipal Code chapter, boards, commissions, and committees. As an advisory body, the Youth Commission is charged with gathering information and making recommendations to the City Council on matters related to their identified work plan activities within the community, and may advise on policies and plans for the development and operation of programs and services for the benefit of the Encinitas community. To accomplish the commission duties, commissioners develop a draft work plan annually to use as a tool that provides structure, defines goals, and tracks progress. A list of Youth Commission 2021 work plan initiatives, attachment below, is provided to serve as an example to assist commissioners with formulating goals for the 21-22 draft work plan initiatives. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk a little bit about, and this is where things get a little bit less formal and we can have sort of a discussion about what we may want to do in terms of a work plan this year. I'll start scrolling down into last year's work plan. And those of you that are commissioners that are returning, this is a great opportunity for you all to chime in on what may have gone well and what may have remained unfinished that you may want to carry over from last year's commission to this year's commission that would still be applicable both in the times that we're in and potentially for this next group of commissioners. So the floor is going to be open, and if anybody has any ideas about certain things that they might want to work toward as some goals or some focus areas for our work plan this year, then we can talk about those things. And today is, remember, we're only working on a draft, so I'm taking down notes of what we talk about, and then over the next month we'll formulate those things into a work plan that we will then vote on in our next meeting. So we're not finalizing anything today, and if you have any other thoughts that pop up after the meeting or between now and our next meeting, then we can work on potentially getting those into the work plan and moving forward. So does anybody have any ideas for our work plan this year?
Commissioner Rupert, I believe it was mentioned last meeting, but I think an important focus area, especially some feedback from my own school district, was e-bike safety and educating the youth on how to properly protect themselves when driving around, especially if they have not gone through any driver's ed, so on and so forth.
Yeah, I think, thank you, Commissioner Rupert. I think that that is going to be an area that we should continue to focus on, I think, from a youth perspective, as we continue to see more and more people biking around our city. And I think they did great work on that last year, and it would be an excellent thing for us to carry over. I see it as number 5 on last year's work plan. Other thoughts?
Commissioner Pacheco, I created the virtual park tour for Olympus Park and then the Encinitas Community Park, along with the artwork underneath the Santa Fe underpass. But I was thinking that it would be nice if we did like a park series, so that everybody just kind of knows what's going on and like what every park has to offer in their area, especially because like after COVID, people are starting to appreciate nature and going out more. So if they know the options that are out there for them.
Thank you, Commissioner Pacheco. This is Supervisor Anderson. I think that's definitely an area that we can focus on and easily do so. It can be an opportunity for us to build off of what you all worked on last year as commissioners and try to continue to focus the local community on their park spaces, of which we have many, and we work diligently, our parks staff, to maintain those areas. And so bringing the attention of those areas to the local community is certainly an admirable goal for the commission this year. A few things that did pop up over the course of the last few weeks of preparation for you all to come on board as a commission, where an idea for an event over the holidays that would be kind of revolving around maybe a little competition in the local community for folks to decorate their homes. And so I figured I would bring that to you all and maybe get your thoughts. It looks like Chair Pacheco gets pretty excited about that idea. The idea was possibly to have you all be judges for a little contest in the local community to see if folks might want to get a little excited to get competitive and decorate their homes and perhaps have the youth commission step up and be judges for that competition. So what do we think about that idea as a group? Yeah, I'm seeing some head nods, and so I'm going to go ahead and add that, and we'll work that into the work plan this year and do something with you all. I think that'll be an exciting one for us to do. And then we'll probably try to couple that with the holiday parade that happens down on the main street down here in Encinitas as well. Are there any other general thoughts that you all have? Yes,
Commissioner Gonzalez. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Commissioner Gonzalez. Go ahead.
I was thinking about continuing on with Focus Area 3 about zero waste.
Absolutely. I think anything environmental is a good focus area for our group. We do have a commission that focuses on the environment, and as the returners know, I believe Focus Area 3 was sort of a conglomerate, if you will, of all of the different environmental concerns in the city. And so we take the opportunity to work with that commission on the environment and bring them in and talk to us a little bit about what we can do as a youth commission to be able to help the local community. So thank you, Commissioner Gonzalez. I think that's an admirable goal for this group as well.
Commissioner Rupert, I'm not sure how we would execute this quite yet, but it would be interesting to see if we as a youth group could help promote local nonprofits. I know a lot of people aren't aware of some of the grassroots organizations that we have in our county, and that could not only get out to a lot of youth as for more volunteer opportunities and ways to get involved in the community, but also for adults to see if they're interested in donating to local communities that have a good plan and have a good goal for the benefit of everyone in San Diego.
Yeah, thank you, Commissioner Rupert. I think this is Supervisor Anderson. I think finding a way for us to find legitimate donation and volunteer opportunities in the area that can benefit the local community is absolutely something that we should look into. And I think it's something that in one way or another, we can certainly work into our work plan goal for this year. One other thing I did want to bring to this group, so we were working as a commission last year on an intergenerational survey with the Senior Commission. And my understanding is that we are still kind of working through that process. And so while I don't necessarily think that we need to have that particular item as a focus, I do think that some sort of collaboration with the intergenerational the focus area 2 from last year, the intergenerational recreation programming. If we can partner again with the Senior Commission to try and do something intergenerational, I think that's a benefit to this group. Does everybody agree with that direction? Fantastic. Then I will put that down, and and you'll notice that a lot of this stuff we're keeping somewhat broad at this point, and we can continue to narrow our focus areas as we go forward. But for now, we're going to focus on getting down to, if you look at the last year's plan, we have 8 different focus areas. And so if we can get our 8 focus areas all set for our work plan, then we can work off of those things and get to some actual outcomes during the year. So anything else that might be a virtual focus that the group might be interested in? I know we're still kind of dealing with a little bit of COVID stuff, and I know that was a transitional thing for the last 2 commissions now, and now hopefully we would guess or hope that in 2022 maybe we'll be coming out of the pandemic situation and figuring out a way to do that, but also still allow our commission to help folks in the virtual realm.
This is Manager Goodsell, and I just wanted to mention that I believe the holiday home decorating contest would be a virtual one, because the homeowners would submit videos to the Youth Commission, and then the Youth Commission would judge those videos. So I think that would be your virtual special event. But if you'd like to do something in addition to that, you're more than welcome to add to that focus area if you have any other ideas.
Anybody else have any other thoughts before we wrap up our work plan brainstorming for the day? Hearing none, I will continue to work with a few of you that have submitted some thoughts for this over the next month, and we'll formulate maybe a little bit of both the focus area and then some potential outcomes that we would have for those to start formulating the work plan and have that written up by our meeting that first Wednesday in October.
This is Manager Goodsell. Would you like to select some ad hoc committees to work on the items that we just talked about? We can have up to 3 commissioners participate on the ad hocs.
This is Supervisor Anderson. Are you talking about the commissioners involved with each?
Correct. Uh-huh.
Is that how this works? Do we select those now, or do we select those once we've got a more solidified work plan?
Well, I think for the stated goals that we agreed on, we could move forward with selecting the commissioners involved, if you'd like to. or if you prefer to wait, we can do that at the next meeting as well. Any thoughts?
So why don't we, no, I like that idea. This is Supervisor Anderson. Let's at least get a list of the commissioners for each of these areas that would have interest in working in that. And that way, at least, if need be, we can whittle those down from a larger list to have those 3 folks on each ad hoc committee. So thank you, Manager
Okay.
Goodfellow. Let's start with the e-bike safety area of focus. Can I just get a show of hands who would have interest in that? And Commissioner Junis, if you have the ability to use the little virtual hand, I can see that as well. So I'm seeing Commissioner Rupert and Commissioner Gonzalez. Okay. And then we will move on to the park series. Did I miss anybody there? Pacheco, Commissioner Pacheco, were you interested in the? Oh no, you're on the park series. Okay, so Commissioner Pacheco, others on the park series. I see Commissioner Junis and Commissioner Leszczynski. Thank you for that. The environment sort of conglomerate focus area, which we're going to have to narrow in a little bit, but commissioners interested in that focus area. Commissioner Gonzalez, Rupert, and can I interest perhaps maybe Commissioner Chiara Colombo or Commissioner Sue in that focus area? Sue, okay. And I'll put Pacheco on there as well. And that was Rupert and Leszczynski, correct? Or no, it was Rupert and Gonzalez. There we go. Yeah, saw that hand pop up again. Okay, moving on to promoting local nonprofits, volunteer opportunities, donations, things like that. Commissioners interested, obviously, Commissioner Rupert, it's your idea. Junis, Sue, Chiara Colombo, and moving down to the intergenerational focus area, working with the Senior Commission. Commissioner Pacheco. Can I interest maybe Commissioner Gabby Colombo in that focus area? Perfect. And that's good because the 2 of you worked on that in the past. So you have some knowledge of that. And then I'm going to go ahead and assume that everybody would like to be involved with the virtual holiday contest. But in terms of actually doing sort of the background work and getting everything organized, maybe 3 of you to focus on that area would be good. So I'm seeing Gonzalez and Junis and Rupert. Okay. And we'll narrow this down and I'll try to even it out between everybody and give everybody, make sure everybody's I would imagine that each of you should expect to be anywhere from 3 to 4 focus areas. So we'll be adding a few people to each one to make sure that the workload is sort of distributed amongst all of you, and then we'll pick a sort of chair for each ad hoc committee as well to lead the charge, if you will, and get a little bit of leadership experience so that hopefully when our chair and vice chair have left our commission, then we will have some more folks that will be ready to take over and lead this group in the future. So hearing all of that.
This is Manager Goodsell. So while we're still on the work plan, What are your thoughts about continuing with identifying guest speakers for future Youth Commission meetings as a stated goal, and the civic engagement series where commissioners learn about the various city departments and city policies? What are your thoughts on those two goals? Did you want to keep those or remove them?
That would be focus area 1 and focus area 4 from last year's work plan. Thoughts from the commissioners?
Commissioner Rupert, may I ask a question about it?
Absolutely.
Would that be us bringing in speakers to educate the Youth Commission?
That's correct. Mm-hmm. Identifying perhaps nonprofit organizations that would be interested in speaking on an educational topic or purpose, or a government agency that could provide a speaker.
When I think, if I'm not mistaken, Commissioner Gabby Colombo, you reached out to me already with a few speakers in mind, correct?
Yes.
So perhaps you would be a good option to take that focus area over for the coming commission?
Yes.
Perfect.
Are there any others that want to serve on that goal? Rupert, Commissioner Rupert? Okay, thank you.
And then when we were talking about focus area number 1, the civic engagement series, I think we could do, we could probably do some more work with that again this year. And what do we think about, let's see, maybe Commissioner Kiara Colombo, Commissioner Sue, and maybe Commissioner Lashensky on that one. Okay, thank you all. And not to worry, I will work with all of you on all of these things. You will not be trying to figure it out without some guidance and direction. So we'll be fine. We're going to work as a group this year and really try to help the local community here in the city of Encinitas. So I am excited. I like the enthusiasm from Chair Pacheco there. I'm getting excited. It's going to be a good year for the Youth Commission. So thank you everybody for brainstorming. Thank you, Manager Goodsell, for jumping in there and getting us to round out that work plan. So I will work on putting everything from that brainstorm together, and then we can. I will run it past a few of you individually over the course of the next month. We'll talk about those things, sort of refine some of our goals, and then we'll have something a little bit more polished to be able to revise and vote on in our next regular meeting in October. Sound good? Thank you, commissioners, for all your work with that. That will conclude action item 10B. We will move on to action item 10C, which is going to be, let me just pull this up here. It's our Youth Commission calendar schedule for the next year. So just a little bit of a background here. It's the responsibility of the Youth Commission to annually review and adopt the commission meeting calendar for the year. This item relates to the operating principles of the strategic plan that is for City Council commissions to provide expert advice. It also relates to organizational effectiveness and efficiency, exhibiting leadership that embraces community outreach, delivers efficient and effective services. So this is a calendar that we put together. It includes a variety of different activities that are available in the city, as well as our regular meeting schedule for the year. Manager Goodsell, are we making any changes to this calendar, or are we looking to approve this calendar?
So we are looking to approve the calendar.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So does anybody have any changes that they can see that need to be made to this calendar before we proceed with a motion to approve?
And this would be approving your meeting dates, which would be 4:30 to 6:30 on the first Wednesday of the month, it looks like, and being dark in July.
And dark simply means that we've wrapped up all that we need to do with our Youth Commission work plan by the end of June, and then we are in a transitional state to the new Youth Commission for the following year from July to August. Okay, hearing none, then I will move us to, or is there a motion to approve the Youth Commission calendar for this year?
Commissioner Colombo motions.
And is there a second?
Commissioner Lashinsky seconds.
Commissioner Lashinsky, and I will hand it over to Commission Secretary Gilliam for a vote.
Great, so I will call your name again, and if you're approving the fiscal year 21-22 Youth Commission calendar, state aye. Commissioner Kiara Colombo? Aye. Commissioner Gabby Colombo?
Aye.
Commissioner Gonzalez?
Aye.
Commissioner Junis?
Aye.
Commissioner Lashinsky?
Aye.
Commissioner Pacheco?
Aye.
Commissioner Rupert?
Aye.
And Commissioner Sue?
Aye.
All right, let the record show it passes with 8 approvals and 1 vacancy.
Thank you. That concludes action item 10C. Now we'll move on to item number 11, and I will hand it over to Manager Goodself for department updates.
All right, thank you, Supervisor Anderson. So regarding staffing, the Encinitas Community and Senior Center is in need of filling several part-time positions, and that includes nutrition assistants, kitchen assistants, van drivers, recreation service assistants, and recreation coordinators. We're also seeking contract instructors to teach classes at the Center for both youth and adults. So if you can please spread the word, that would be great. And to find out more information about the job postings, you can go to encinitasca.gov to find that information. The Fall Recreation Guide is now available, and registration opened on August 9th for programs that are going to be held October through December. And we've promoted a few special events in that recreation guide that I encourage you to take part in, which you'll notice on your guest speaker event and meeting calendar that Supervisor Anderson just presented and was adopted. So Art Night is coming up on Saturday, September 11th from 6 to 9 p.m., where you can enjoy an evening of visual art, live music, and refreshments at Encinitas City Hall and local art galleries. There's going to be a free shuttle bus that will take you to the various locations, and you can visit encinitasca.gov/Art Night for more information on that. EcoFest is coming up, and that's on Sunday, September 26th from 10 to 4 p.m. at Cottonwood Creek Park. And the event will have over 75 eco-friendly exhibitors, hands-on demonstrations, food, live music, art, kids zone, bike valet and rodeo, and an eco car show. So that should be pretty cool to go visit and spend your time at. We also have movies in the park, and that's happening on Saturday, October 9th, and will begin at dusk. The movie being shown is The Croods: A New Age, and that's also at Cottonwood Creek Park. And then finally, we have Dia de los Muertos that's going to be held at the Community and Senior Center on Saturday, October 30th from 12 to 4. And this annual celebration boasts several performances such as ballet, folklorico, and mariachi bands. There's also going to be art workshops, a lowrider car show, and food trucks. And the purpose of this event is to provide an opportunity to rejoice in the living memories of loved ones and an important way to celebrate the Latino culture. At the Community and Senior Center, there is, and also at all city facilities, including City Hall, of course, a mask mandate that went into effect on August 2nd, and all patrons visiting the Encinitas Community and Senior Center and participating in the programs here are required to wear masks regardless of their vaccination status. And then finally, staff has done an amazing job this summer. The rec division was very busy. That we served over 3,580 youth through a variety of camps and programs, with the most popular being the Junior Lifeguards program. And that concludes my department and division report, and I'm happy to answer any questions if you have questions.
Commissioner Junis, is there a way to access like all the information for the events, like simply, I guess?
Oh, absolutely. So we do advertise the events in the recreation guide, which you would have received in the mail, or you can go on to the Encinitas City website and you'll find the information there as well. And that's encinitasca.gov.
Okay, thank you.
And then also, in addition to that, you'll see the events listed on your on the agenda for today as one of the agenda report items. It was 10C, and it lists all the upcoming special events for you and the dates and times.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Commissioner Gina.
Thank you, Manager Goodsell. That concludes item number 11. We'll move on to item 12, and I don't believe we have any commissioner prepared or presented, commission member initiated agenda items. So with that, we'll move on to item 13. Do we have any future agenda items to be added by commission members? Hearing none, we will move on to item 14, commissioner reports. Do any commissioners have any reports for us this week? Anything that you've participated in the local community, or maybe as you all have started school, anything that you're noticing with the local youth that you'd like to report on today?
Chair Pacheco, after coming back to school in person from being almost a year and a half on, or almost a whole year online, has really lifted the spirits of my school, especially. I don't know about any of your other schools, but at La Costa Canyon, we had the whole student section filled at our first football game, and it was almost deafening because of how many kids showed up because they wanted to finally be a part of something after the whole pandemic, and they finally had a reason to. So it was really exciting, and a lot of the peers that I've talked to are really enjoying being back, and they're very happy about it.
Commissioner Rupert, September 4th, which is this Saturday, a local nonprofit called Encinitas for Equality, which helps fundraise for Black, Indigenous, and people of color artists in the community, are hosting an event, actually a music festival, and it's a super fun event. So if you guys can make it, I'd love to see you there, and I'm going to go and support it. So yeah.
Thank you, commissioners, for reporting on a few of the things that you're seeing around the community. I certainly appreciate it. Hearing nothing else, we'll move on to adjournment. And I would like to adjourn the September 1st, 2021 Youth Commission meeting at 5:23 p.m. Thank you all for attending today.